Hey y'all, let's look at how I organize my weekly to-dos using a Trello board. I do not use a paper planner anymore. I do not recommend a paper planner to anyone. I think in this day and age when everything is so digital, you want to have easy access to something on your phone. You want to be able to look at something on your computer, laptop, desktop, iPad, whatever it might be. So you need to be using a task management system to better organize all of the moving pieces. I use a system with Google Calendar and Trello to be able to use Google Calendar to see appointments, meetings, personal obligations, etc., but then use Trello for the tasks and the things that I need to get done every single day. These two different My Week boards are actually free templates that I have available for you. They're going to be linked below this video. So if you like this system, if you want to give it a try, it's completely free. You can create a free Trello account. You can download my free My Week templates, and there you go. It'll be all ready for you. So there are two different boards that I have created because I think both of them get the job done really, really well, pending your personality, all of the to-dos that are on your plate, and honestly, kind of just how your brain works and how you want to see it all organized. This first one I'm going to show you right here is called the 2-week guidebook. This is essentially for those of you that are really focusing on 2-week sprints. There were seasons in my business when my kids were super, super, super young, and I was juggling a lot, and I didn't feel like I knew how my week was going to go, let alone have a lot of the same rhythms and routines. So for me, having a 2-week sprint was really helpful because I could prioritize and even move things around every single day as needed based on what was happening in the 2-week increment that I had. I couldn't focus on 30 days. I couldn't necessarily even always look out at my quarterly goals in the ways that I wanted to. I had to be hyper focused on this is what's happening in these 2 weeks and this is what I need to do. So that's the kind of vision behind the creation of the 2-week guidebook. First up, you're going to have quarterly goals. I'm a huge believer in creating 90-day goals for your business. If you don't have them, you should definitely check out some of our resources around quarterly goal planning. So I do like to have that list here so that I can visually see what am I focusing on right now. Then I've got my this week and my next week list, and I've put in some examples here. So on the this week list, you've very clearly gotten each day blocked off: Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And then you can see where I started to add in to do. So Monday, I've got a weekly work of marketing and maintenance and a checklist that I rinse and repeat every single Monday. I also will move it down at the end to some Friday work as well once I get down to Friday, because this is my weekly work. This is marketing and maintenance that has to happen in my brand every single week. So I try to tackle it on a Monday, but what if my Monday goes bananas because I'm a stay-at-home mom with my kids too? I might need to move this card down to a Tuesday, and that's okay. Again, that's why the 2-week sprint is really nice for the flexibility of that if your life is just a bit chaotic. So we've got that rhythm. I've also given you some examples of here's where you could add a card as a to-do. You can even do due dates on that if you wanted to be able to be particular. Like say you're setting things up on Friday for the next week and you wanted to go ahead and set in some due dates for some specific to-dos, you could do that. You can also change out the colors if you're not a green fan and you just don't want green to be the color for each of those. You can click here and go to the label or the cover, whichever one you're wanting to do. This one has the label of green, but you can change that very easily. So next week, same thing. So all I'm doing is saying this week and next week, and these are the things that I'm doing. Again, because the point is that it can be really easy for you to move things around. Say Wednesday comes and you do not get the work done on the sales page that you wanted, but you know next Monday you should have a better solid block of time. You're just dragging and dropping and throwing it over there. Easy peasy. I've also given you a couple of other lists here so that this really can operate as a more all-inclusive planner for your life. I like to be able to see my main offers and how things are going, maybe marketing to-dos, other inquiries that I need to respond to, things like that for those offers. We've also got a generalized marketing if you've got maybe some reels that you need to create, things like that. You've got a list for new ideas, which is what I also like to call my parking lot list. We've got a list for education, ways you can organize those things that you're doing. And then what I like to call a duty day once a month. I have my duty day, and these are some of the things that I am doing on that day. So that is an overview of the 2-week guidebook. Now, let me show you our theme days template, which is similar in that the point is that you don't need a paper planner and we're going to organize everything right here in Trello, but it is unique in the way that it's laid out. So theme days is where you have a day a week that has a specific theme for that day. So again, if your life is a little bit all over the place and you don't feel like you have the same rhythms every single week, then you're going to want to go with that 2-week guidebook because it gives you more flexibility. If you have childcare and other like dedicated work time every single day of the week, or maybe even just 3 days of the week, and so you want to do theme days for a 3-day work week, you can absolutely use this system. So similar to 2-week guidebook, we've got quarterly goals as the first list. Then I have created a theme for each day. Monday is a prep day, prepping for the week. Tuesdays is a content focused, marketing, consistent content rhythms, things like that. Wednesdays is appointments, personal or professional, Zoom calls, phone calls, things that you need to be doing client facing. Thursday is your project management day. This is great for deep work time, whether it's deep work in your brand or if you're client focused, deep work for clients. Don't be jumping on and off of Zoom calls. Have your Zoom calls on one day of the week and then have another day that is very heavy project focused. And then Friday is a great catch up day. I love having Mondays as prep and Fridays as like that catch all because then you've got those nice bookends. Because let's face it, sometimes life is just crazy, even when we have routines and rhythms. And so it's just nice to have a little bit of flex even in your work weeks. So we've got those mapped out. I've got inbox management up here because I know that needs to happen first thing on Monday, regardless. Then I might have my list of to-dos. You can put them as a card. So you could say like respond to inquiry, or you could make it a checklist on the to-dos and you could put them here. You could say email bride back. While working. I mean, you can give yourself like a whole list of things, and then that's how you keep up with your to dos versus seeing a card for each one. It's whatever your brain prefers to do. I'm going to delete that now. And then, same thing, Tuesday content, you can put like reels or something like that. So you can give yourself like reminders, whatever you might need to do there. And that's how you handle your theme days. Then, just like the other board, I also have the new ideas, I also have the education, and I also have the duty day. So it rounds out this board so that both of them act as a really robust planning and task management tool for you and for your business. So make sure that you grab those freebies that I've linked below. And if you have specific questions when you're using these My Week boards, just comment, let me know. Would love to be able to answer them, be able to create new videos based on the things that you guys need the most help with. Thanks for watching, y'all.